Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
It's your boy, DJ B4EY.
Yes, sir. It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, flowradioshow.com. You know the vibes. We live and certified, man. We back in the building for another week to serve, man. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Aaronic Dorsey in the building, y'all. Y'all make some noise, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. What up, man?
Yo. What's up? How are you?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I have no complaints. I'm good. I'm good.
That's good. That's good.
Happy to be here. Honored to be here.
Hey, man.
Appreciate you coming, bro.
We appreciate you pulling up.
Let him open that door.
For sure.
You said what?
You gonna open it?
Yeah, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
open it now. You see me nervous?
No, yeah.
Expect confetti to shoot out. I was like, wait.
I was like, maybe I should have did this in the beginning. All right, we good.
I ain't good now. He got a little swig of that drinking water, you know.
I don't know what Horatio drinking on though.
Carrot juice.
Oh,
It did look like carrot juice earlier. It's all good, man. So what's up, man? How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Life is good. Yeah, man, I have no complaints. I'm good.
Hey, man, Showtime be telling us all the time, bro, y'all gotta check this. You gotta check this guy out. Check this guy out.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
yo,
He
he's
a
been
person-
saying it.
yeah.
He's been saying it for like a year.
Yeah.
It's about a year now. It's like, yo, son.
He's been to me like, yeah, man, I'm telling him, you gotta come out, you gotta come. I'm telling him to bring you out. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, man. It's super dope. And he was like, yo, you gotta check him out, man. He cold with it. And I'm like, yo. So I dove into the catalog, man, and I was absolutely like, oh, he nice with it.
He's
Like,
legit.
he nice.
I appreciate.
Like, he nice with it. And I'm a tough critic.
I've heard.
For real, for who?
Yeah.
Oh.
10 push-ups right now.
Golly, bro.
That's good.
I've heard.
Nah, man, I really like your music because it's a different style. It's a different kind of sound. I hear a lot of different people, but we're gonna talk about that later.
Bet.
So this is your first time here on the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show.
Yes,
First time
sir.
Flow Mafia is being introduced to you. Who's Aaronic Dorsey?
Aaronic Dorsey is, and that's a good question. I feel like at the core, I'm just like the person that's really trying to. I'm at a space where I'm really trying to convey just a level of. What's the word I'm looking for? Just genuine. Like I'm real genuine, real down to earth. I love music. Grew up listening to music. I'm a church kid through and through.
Yeah.
Through and through.
Yeah.
Had my phases where you was like anti-church kid.
Oh wow.
And that was what that was. You know what I mean? Now when I say anti, it's not a strong anti because I'm still a church kid. So I mean,
no, that was
Please
strong
explain.
Anti.
yeah, no. It's not a strong anti. It's just a church kid version of anti. Like, oh, let me sneak and listen to like some T.I. right now.
How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm 30.
Oh, he forgot.
He took a year off.
I'm still in my 20s.
Oh, you ain't want to cross over?
No. I'm fine with crossing over. I
Oh.
think this is the first time it hit me that I had to say that. That's why I said
That's
I'm 20.
wild.
Oh, I just turned 30, February 10th.
So
So happy birthday.
Yeah. Appreciate
you
that.
said February 10th?
February 10th.
Happy birthday, man.
Hey,
Happy belated, yo.
Hey, man, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
I'm a part of the 30 club. You know, Ira been here for a minute. You know,
No.
that's 10.
Push it down.
No. Oh no, it's Justice Mike. Justice Mike.
My fault.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No?
Pull it up.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. I just don't want you to block your face.
Okay,
You know
got
what I'm
you.
saying?
Cool.
Yeah. So, you say you grew up in church,
Yep.
and then you said you're.
All right, let's go back to the anti.
Anti.
When I say anti might be strong. I'm saying it in a sense. When I'm saying anti,
I don't like them Negroes.
I'm more saying in a sense. Yeah, not even so much that, but I think when you grow up in church, like you grew up in it, so then you get a time period where you're kind of like curious outside of church. Like, oh, I want to know more. Like my mom through and through is like, she became Christian and literally that was it. Like she was already married, woke up one day, said, I'm Christian. Dang. So since I was born, only thing on the TV was TBN.
That's it?
Only music being played was gospel music, except maybe like some Stevie Wonder here or something like that. So I think there was a time period as I grew older. It's not that I was anti might have been too strong, but it's in a sense I just wanted to
expand a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with expanding your palette of what you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It also depends on what part of your walking you're in.
That part.
See what I'm saying? Because some people some people can't handle like for instance, me and Showtime talk all the time, and it's just like, yo, there'll be moments where, yo, I just want to throw some 50 on. You know what I'm saying? But I always balance it back around the corner with, I'm gonna make sure I at least end my drive or my worship with end my day with some worship, kind of balance it back out. But like even today, man, I had Get Rich or Die Trying bumping all the way up here because I was like, I'm in a mode right now. You know, I had worship going too. It was just like it's one of them days. But I think that
the mashup or something because you said worship on too.
Like started Get Rich or Die Trying and then transitioned into
Get Rich or Die Trying over some what? CC Winans.
I take you to the candy shop.
Wild.
With the top down.
With the top
Oh my God.
That's crazy. But nah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So, before DJ, you was about to say something.
No, I was gonna say, first of all, where did you grow up at?
So I grew up initially, I was born in Montgomery, Alabama.
Oh, wow. And
so I probably was there till about age of 7, and I've been in Georgia ever since.
Oh, so you from Atlanta?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not like, some people, like, I feel like people from New York sometimes, like if they was there till like 5, just five. No offense to nobody. No,
keep
but I'm saying,
keep
sometimes when people are from New York, if they was there for like 2-3 years, the teenage years is the real years that you've been like there. No offense to nobody. No offense. It's more
real.
in the sense of.
That's real.
You said what?
I said that's real.
No, but I'm not saying that they're not from there. I'm more saying in a sense like some people hold on to it like more in a sense.
That's crazy.
That's real.
Yeah, legacy left at 7.
So
I don't know. Hey, I don't got nothing to do with that angle. I'm just saying what I'm saying.
He left when he was 7.5.
Hold on. Real quick. Let them know where they can follow you on socials, bro.
Not even closing out the interview.
Well, you can find me on Instagram, man. This is a great interview. But yeah, I'm from Montgomery, Alabama. I think I have a closer tie to Atlanta because I've been here longer. But, Montgomery is definitely the roots, though.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
I'm from,
Look, hey, I
from the Midwest side of
I'm
Atlanta.
just making general statements.
So how'd you get into the music, bro? Because the thing is, your sound is I feel a little Kendrick inspiration. I see a little Chance the Rapper in there. I see a little who else would you say inspires you? Because I see a lot of, it's like you took you took all the dope creativities of all these different people and like mashed it up into your own style where it's just like that sounds different.
I first off, I feel like the greatest compliment is the fact that you said you could hear all that, but you hear it as its own thing. You know what I mean? Like I appreciate that. Definitely other influences is Kanye West for sure.
Absolutely.
Outkast for sure.
Okay, he from
definitely
Outkast for sure. One of my earlier rappers was 50 Cent. I really used to I wanted to be the youngest member of G Unit, and I wasn't even from New York. You get what I mean? That's crazy. I was false claiming.
Do you know Russ?
Russ, the rapper? Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Do you listen to him at all?
Not heavy, but I watch like what he does.
Okay. Because I'm like, do I hear a little? Not too much. Nah, not really.
You ain't listen to Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Nah.
No Bone Thugs.
No Bone
Thugs. Guess it's just me, huh?
Yeah,
no.
It's always been you, bro. As soon as it come on, DJ turned into a whole nother person.
Look, everybody I know as a Bone Thugs fan though is like a die hard Bone Thugs fan.
Yeah,
I respect
to the bone for real.
To the
See what I did there? I ain't giving you no effects. No effects behind that. You gotta get your own. Yo, but I gotta. What did you grow up like? Baptist or?
It's really just like it's not Baptist. It's just like more traditional than anything. Does that make sense?
Not to me.
Not to you? Okay, so it's not Baptist. I mean, it's like man, what? See, because you're looking at me too, because you're like, damn, that's a difficult question. What would
non-denomination?
Non-denominational. That's the word I needed. Thank you. Thank you.
So what was your walk like coming up as far, because you did speak about your Christian roots. Mm-hmm. What was your walk like early?
I think my walk, as far as like when I feel like my walk really started when I became like probably like 17, like high school. We was in teen ministry. Shout out to Minister Mike. We was in big student ministries. We had an environment where it was really like cultivating our relationship with God. Mm-hmm. So even though my mom has always taught me from day one, I think that was the time period where it became real for me. Like my latter of my high school years, my senior year in high school, I had actually lost my dad. And so for me, that was like a big, like, it's something about life changes and like struggles and just any type of opposition that really puts you in a space of like really having to find out God for yourself. So that was another thing for me. The walk was always there, but I feel like it was more defined as I like transitioned out of high school, like really started getting to know God on a different level, really started trying to just really be in tune and like know who he was, like for me, not just outside of like what my mom and dad taught me as a kid.
Did you go to school after high school?
I did. I went to school. So I did a year at SCAD for photography, and that was cool. But then, you realize that's a little too expensive. So I sat out, and then I went back to school for audio engineering.
So I was going to be like, what was life after high school? What was your walk like after high school? Because that's pretty much we become an adult and just walk it out. How did that transition? Because now you kind of like out there by yourself.
Okay, so I think after high school, it's interesting that like initial period when you really start to like walk with God for real. I feel like you're kind of like the most radical that you've ever been, in a sense. Not to say that I'm not now, but you're just like, you're almost like recklessly radical. Like I'm going around, I feel like I'm hearing from God. I'm telling people, hey, God told me da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I'm going around. I'm like, even when I was going to SCAD, like I was like standing in faith of like, I feel like I'm gonna be on campus, so I'm gonna go ahead and start packing my. I'm going crazy. My mom's like, that's probably not happening, but I'm going crazy. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm believing. It's just it was a very extreme place. Not to say it's a bad thing, but I think life just teaches you in a way of how to like round it out. So I feel like the older I got, walking through, like I said, going to SCAD, having an idea of like, I want to go to school, but I didn't want to be in like regular school. I always kind of been more creative and things of that sort.
Yeah.
So doing that and then being put out and having to go to work, you know what I mean, really humbled me in a way where once again, I'm like back at square one. Okay, God, what do you want me to do? How are you leading me? How are you showing me to move in this season?
So, I'm sorry, go ahead, bro.
When you say got put out, what do you mean?
I'm sorry, school. Sorry, couldn't afford.
So you didn't.
Yeah.
I ain't know for sure.
My fault. That's a valid question. You're like, hold up, put out.
I thought
I'm just saying the wrong words. The anti to put out. You know what I'm saying? I got you. We here.
I got put out before.
He said, "Whoa, hold on."
I thought you was walking good.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Since you out like the disciples, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just making sure.
Go figure it out.
Yeah.
Follow God.
Right.
You hear him, don't you?
Yeah. Come on, listen for real.
Hold on, let me take a sip of that water.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Drinking water, right? Listen, we're going to run off on a break real quick. We got more with Aaronic Dorsey when we come back. So y'all keep it locked. FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live and certified. Chill. Everybody, it's your man Legacy the Prince.
Boy DJ before you watch.
Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live and certified, man. If you're just now kicking it with us, we got a special guest still in the building with us, man. Hopefully he having a good time because we love.
Definitely having a good time. Definitely having a good time.
We got Aaronic Dorsey in the building, man. What's up, my guy?
Yo. What's up?
Good. So listen, I know you said you grew up with a Christian background.
Mm-hmm.
What do you classify your music as? Like, what genre would you classify it in? Because I don't necessarily, when I'm listening, even the garage sessions, those are dope, by the way.
I appreciate.
Like, those are really dope. Like, it really puts you in a vibe where you just like top down, riding down the road. Even one time, I was just like, yo, you was talking in one of the sessions. I forgot what it was. I think it was ice cream, right? And you was just like, yo, if you in the car, or even if you don't got a car, but either way, just imagine yourself with the top down. And I was just like, cruise control. And it's just like, imagine yourself with the top down gun. I was just like,
bro, legacy. Okay, bro. The top is off.
That's me.
That's me. But I don't necessarily classify you. Like, what would you classify yourself?
I classify it more as just like rap in general. I very much so am a Christian. I'm very much so standing on that. And that's my approach when I create the music.
Yeah.
But I do think in a lot of sense, my creative process is more just in the fact of I really want to play something that's just like, no matter what room I'm in, I got what I need to like reach the people, but then I got what I need to like connect with the people, if that makes sense. I don't feel like I'm compromising, but I feel like in a sense it's just like, I think my take on music is just different. I don't think it's not that this is the right way or this is the wrong way. I think it's just my take on it is different.
Because I didn't feel compromising your music.
That's which is good.
That's the part that was just like, that's what solidified in my head. Like, okay, he's in his own like, he's created his own kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like its own kind of like
his own lane.
It's in his own lane. Yeah,
it's its own kind of. I don't want to say genre, but it's like it's its own. It's just you don't hear compromise. At all. And then like you'll be rapping, and then you'll hear like you'll just do like a 6 bars of just God such and such boom 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 boom.
So
and then
would you consider like life music or
I definitely life. Like I feel I put my life into the music. My approach a lot of times in a sense is I feel like we have two options. Like you have what the church will call like secular, and then you have like gospel. Like I feel like life a lot of times is in the middle. Like it's very much in the middle. Like when you're going through struggles, it's in the middle. Okay. And so I think the honesty and the transparency that I try to deliver in the music is from just the middle. It's not me trying to coach up, but it's not me trying to get down for you to vibe with me. It's just meet me where I'm at.
Okay, so what song would you say has gotten you out of a situation? One of your own songs?
Snooze was definitely one for me. I think at the time that I wrote Snooze, I was really doubting myself. I was really in my head. I like what you said about the fact of, you know, it's in a lane of its own. But I think just as much of a blessing that is, it could be equally confusing, because when you're in spaces and you see these people, you know they're here, and you see these people, you know they're there. Sometimes trying to find the angle in which you want to approach it can be difficult. And so I think that put me in a place where I was kind of doubting myself. Like I making music, I have this music, guys putting these ideas in my heart, but I'm not sharing them. Like that really was the approach of what Snooze was coming from, was like, yo, stop sleeping. Ain't nobody sleeping on you. It's just you. Like you're sleeping on yourself. Like you could sit here all day and say, oh man, they sleep. They not listening. No. You're just not like walking in what I like told you.
So would you say you were called to do music, or you chose?
Definitely feel called. Like I think when I was in high school, it was like a choice. You know, my friends, I kind of stumbled into it. I had a group of friends where we always used to hoop. Like back in high school, we played basketball.
Oh, but I thought
What did you say? What did you? Everything? It's
no,
me.
no. I thought you said hoot, like I was hooting, hollering kind of thing.
No. Hoot. Like play basketball. Play basketball. My fault.
My bad. I was like, what?
I'm like, it's me. I'm the problem.
They in the middle of the hallway.
Hey, which is not far fetched because you was like, oh, you know, in the beginning, you're like super radical. So he's like, oh, maybe he was in the. Okay,
I was
that's
just trying
fair.
to make sure I didn't know.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll take it. So I think when I was in high school, we used to play basketball. We would play basketball a lot of times outside. I'm not saying I played basketball as if I was AAU or I was on a team. No, I just played with my friends. Okay. I might have had the dream.
So you must have got crossed over a couple times.
I won't say I never got crossed over, but I think, no. This is it. You play in your field.
What was that?
Yeah, you play in your field. I'm not playing with the guys who's like legit. I'm playing in my league. I'm playing in my own little G league.
Yeah, neighborhood guys.
For sure, but not there's a top tier of neighborhood guys.
There definitely is.
Okay, I wasn't over there. They might come up a couple times. Hey, we good. So I say to say we had a time where we was playing basketball, and I remember there was a summer where someone had stumbled across like just, you know, at the time, like Rock Band and guitar, you had like mics all over, like USB mics that were hooked into game systems.
Yeah. And
so I had a friend that kind of figured out how to record music, and they was like, yeah, we not hooping no more. We're going to record music. I was like, y'all lame. We hooping. Eventually, like I said, I've always had the desire to rap, even going back to like 5th grade, like even earlier inspiration is definitely Canton Jones for sure. Like early Canton Jones was like really put the desire in me to want to do music, like watching him, listening to him. That was like very early on for me. Mm-hmm. And so even then, listening to some of that stuff, I would try to make raps, but it just didn't work how I wanted it to work.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't until this group of friends decided, hey, we want to rap. And I just happened to be down there with them. And, you know, I said, all right, you know, I said a little something, and they was like, hey, maybe you could do this too. And we all just kind of started rapping. And that's where it started.
Oh, that's what's
so. How do you approach it? How do you prepare yourself to go into the studio?
Okay, so to go in the studio for me, then that's a good question for the perspective. It's I feel like it's kind of like that drive you explain. Like I feel like there's a part that starts like a lot of times just like in worship, like real raw, because I think sometimes it's a mix. Like sometimes it's like I know I need to go in the studio, but I don't know the approach I want to take. Mm-hmm. I need to kind of like balance myself out to open myself up to say what I need to say. So I might listen to some worship, but then I also might listen to just things that have inspired me to rap over the years. So like I'll go back to the Outkast. I'll go back to nowadays, even I've been falling back in love with older just music. Maybe I might have known, but I didn't know for real. And just really listening to like the art of it for real. So it's a mix. It's a mix between worship for sure, because I feel that puts me at my like rawest state, and then also just the inspiration because it takes me back to what made me fall in love with music in general.
I definitely say the older music. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, my bad. Like, question I got is like, what's your take on like over consuming music? Like, how is it when you like, as far as you putting out music, like how often like you feel like you should put out music or the consumption of music?
That's
especially
good.
now.
Especially now. We're in such a interesting space because music is so accessible. And I mean it from the sense of both sides. It's accessible in the sense of how we listen to it, how we consume music, but it's also accessible as in the ability to create music and put it out.
Yeah, that part
is
crazy.
Completely
super easy now.
If you told me at 12, 13 that I'd be like recording in my room, I'd be like, nah, that's for when I get rich. That's for, you know what I mean? That seemed impossible. So I think with the accessibility of it, it puts it in an interesting space because you really have to cater to, I feel like, your individual artistry. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't believe in like pumping out stuff just for the sake of like getting attention. I think that's something too. Yeah, that's something that I really have like battled with in the last couple of years of like knowing when to just be still. You know what I mean? Because with social media, like I could get on right now. Someone says they drop an album. Dang, I need to drop an album.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like Someone's dropping a single. FOMO. You feel like you're
FOMO.
missing out. What are you not doing? So even for me, I've had to take a lot of time to make it a constant effort to plug off. Like once a week, I'm literally not on social media at all. I delete all the apps. I need time. Delete the apps. I delete the apps because if I don't delete the apps, I'm on the apps. You know what I mean? You got to know yourself. Yeah. So I delete the apps. Once again, it's kind of like a reset. It's like giving myself time to just, okay, what do I feel led to do? What is God telling me to do? Because I feel like at the point that I have all this content, all these like just hits where you're thinking, your ideas could change rapidly. You know what I mean? Just off of what you're seeing, it's really more of a sense of like really catering to your own artistry, but also just catering to ultimately like how you feel like God is leading you. Do I feel in a sense that I've mastered that? I don't think that. I think I'm trying to find this middle, like this middle of like not trying to overly be out there in a sense, just in the sake of, but also, okay, God gave me this idea, let's run with it full force. So I think that's where I'm at with it.
And what's your approach on, since you talked about like the rapid dropping, and you probably just kind of chill on it, what's your approach to releasing the song?
I think my approach nowadays, I'm always having to think about what I want to do, like kind of long term, but not like getting overly in my own way. So I say that in a sense of like, the way music is, if you want people to consume it, you have to be intentional about how you put out music. So you can't just like, I might have, once again, I can hop on Instagram, somebody said drop an album. You know what? I got an album right here. Let me go ahead and drop it right now. Yeah. That might not be the best idea. Not saying it could or can't work, but it just might not be the best idea. And then also it's a sense of like stewarding what it is that God gave to me. If he gave me the idea, why would I just like throw it out there without any type of like figuring out? So I think in a sense, it's dropping it rapidly. It's like I'm off of that. I don't feel the need to, but like I said, I do think it's a constant finding the middle. You know what I mean? Just I don't want to release stuff just for the sake of releasing it. I don't want to drop music just for the sake of being seen. Like that was something God really dealt with me about was, are you dropping this because this is at a place and you're ready to drop this? Or is this for attention? Because that's social media. That's social media. Like we could literally get caught in the fact of just being seen. That's why I'm very particular on there's certain things I do, there's certain things I don't do, because I'm just not in the space of just trying to constantly, like, I want God to elevate me and push me where he wants to take me. But in the same sense, I don't want to be my own ego of like, I gotta always be there. Like
so I don't want to get in God's way.
Yeah, that's really the way to put it. Like people come to you with all types of ideas. Hey man, let's do this. Hey man, let's start this podcast. I'm just really focused on like, no. I need to master and do what God is telling me to do. It's not to say that I can't do those things, but I'm very particular on like where it's leading me.
So, and real quick,
you good?
So do you feel like when people are constantly putting out their music and like basically putting so much out there, consuming, they're not giving the audience a real opportunity to know who they are, or know who, what they're, give them an opportunity to really breathe their music and the life in their
just
actual song.
I think I like that. I think just to digest it. Garage sessions, even, it's a whole concept like you were talking about. It was off the concept of like, I almost in a sense have this belief with newer artists, it's less about new music, but more about how can you reintroduce the music that you have. Because I say that only in the sense of, if I drop a song, I put it on my Instagram, I pay some blog to put it out there. There's only a certain number of people that seen it.
Absolutely.
And then not only is it a certain number of people that seen it, it's a certain number of people that could receive it that way.
Right.
You get what I mean? So I think it's important to just, push it until you're annoyed with it. Like I'm in a space now, I've had a project that was called What Summer Was. It started off as an EP. I ended up extending it in the pandemic and all that. And then I was doing garage sessions, just adding songs to it. So now I'm just now getting in a space of like really when I'm going to perform, exploring other songs other than the songs that I just naturally know will catch people's ear. Right. So, because my thing is the music is moments. If I don't visit it here, like why I'm here, more than likely I'm never coming. There's certain songs I might never come back to. So I think it's just taking the time to really make the music digestible. I'm all about, one thing I really stand on is the fact of giving people raw art well done. So raw because it's a part of me, but well done because I'm being very intentional about how I'm presenting it.
Like a steak.
Yeah.
Facts. All right, man, look. Man, that's dope.
Yeah,
I was like, I had thank you.
I was about to ask another question.
The questions are firing off. I love it, man.
Ain't gonna get though.
Cut it. Stop. Look, man, we got more with Aaronic Dorsey when we come back, man. FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live and certified. Keep it locked.
Go ahead and play that song. Let me get
That's about.
When I think about all you did for me, brought me at the darkest places, I don't know why. Been searching long for answers.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your man, Legacy the Prince.
It's your boy DJ B4EY.
Yes, sir. It's the Fresh Leftovers Radio Show, FlowRadioShow.com. You know the vibes. We live and certified, man. If you're just now kicking it with us, we got Aaronic Dorsey in the building, man. Yes, sir, man. Just kicking it with us, man. Having such a great interview. So I had a question for you.
All right, go ahead.
What was one spiritual struggle you had to overcome, and how did music help?
One spiritual struggle that I had to overcome that music helped. I definitely think pride. Pride. Early on, I think my approach from an artistry point was always like, you know, you're trying to be the best in the room. You're trying to, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I gotta be the illest. And I think that got in the way of like my own growth at that time. And I think the way the music, I think I got to a point where the music that I know I wanted to create and the person that I was promoting myself as, it didn't match. Like, the prideful person can't make this type of music. You know what I mean? So I think it got to a point where the more that I dug deep and really like got more in tune with God, more in tune with myself, got a better, like just really took myself like to base level. Like, I don't know. I'm very much like what you see is what you get now. Like, I'm not trying to perform for nothing. I'm not like, I'm just straightforward. And so I think the more that I lean more into just who God created me to be, it's just like that part just had to go.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So how do you keep it? Because pride is one of those things that can creep back up
sure.
slowly. Because I struggled with pride too.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? How do you guard yourself in your mind from like relapsing into that old prideful space as your music is growing? Because now like the audience that's listening is getting bigger. The event spaces is getting bigger. The music is getting doper. Like, how do you keep yourself from like relapsing back into that pride? Like,
I think that's
nice.
I think now I have a better understanding of the fact that I know outside of God, I don't create music. Like, I feel like even for me to come up with concepts, like I don't feel like I'm just this dope rapper or I'm just this dope artist. Like, I feel like the ideas, I literally have to spend time with God to create. So I think that's kind of like, it used to be a thing where I was like, you'll see certain people and they just like, they can spit they can freestyle like this and the third. And that's never been me. Like, I could write verses, I can do all that stuff just as much, but it's never been at a place where I could just lean into that. And I think the more that I've had to accept who I am, accept who God has created me to be, I have to lean on him more. You get me? Because like I said, this person can't create the music that God is leading me to create, the music that is really true to me. So the more that I've like grown and the more that I've just kind of like just being okay with who I am and not feeling, like I said, not feeling the need to perform, not feeling the need to have to show up with a certain kind of edge or show up with a certain kind of just God, well, everything God gave me is enough. And I know at the end of the day, when I go back to record, I'm going to need to rely on God to give me the idea of what I'm going to have to say.
So what advice can you give to someone who is, caught up in the I call it the matrix of music, or the matrix of music and the industry. Yeah. Because the industry forces you to have to, quote unquote, become this image of yourself so people know either you real, you got money, you got this, you got that. What advice can you give to somebody to break from that mold of that matrix?
I think.
Did that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. That makes sense. I was like, it was real quiet.
The man was
thinking, just threw it out. I didn't see nobody nod.
No, that wasn't good. Total failure.
10 push-ups. All right, so no. I think the best advice is at the end of the day, all the music and all the allure that comes with it, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
True.
And I think it's just understanding the fact, be more in tune and be more committed to like who God has presented you to show up as, like
I like that.
Who He has presented you to show up as, and like be content with that. Because I always say to people, everybody has an audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel a lot of times the lack of you reaching your audience is from the lack of you like
being who you are.
Yes, stepping into the fullness of who you are. So it's like you're trying to present all these things because you think that brings the audience, but that's not really your audience. You're bringing forth the people that maybe that's what they like, but maybe those people would still like you.
It's like becoming a caricature of yourself.
But
this is the type of stuff they like. The masses like. So let me become this so I can know.
Bro, and I like that. I like that point because you have to think. Initially, I started rapping with friends, so we was just rapping, like whatever. Right. Me performing started in church, like so. When I got to church, I had to like, okay, we got to shift this. Cool, we gonna go straight this. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. Then I had a time period where I understood my comfortability was in church, like in churches, in that whole space. That's where I felt most comfortable, and I felt like God was calling me. Yes, you could do this, but you need to be here too. You have a connection with these people too. You need to be able to speak to them. I don't want you to just speak inside. I want you to speak outside too. And so that made me have to get to a space of not tailoring it just to be here on Sunday.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
Because that was me for like 2-3 years, was just, man, what's going to hit when we go Sunday? And then I think it came to a point like you let aside the pride. Even it's funny how you could be in a church setting and the pride that don't keep you from the pride aspect. Like,
facts.
You get me? Like you could think, just because you're creating, you could hear the music from that time and be like, oh man, dang, you was really da 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 da. But the heartbeat was not.
Yeah,
Lucifer was in heaven.
Come on, come on, he come on. Yeah. So I think in that time of like dealing with that and understanding that I knew where God was taking me, I had to find who it is that He wanted me to be versus trying to tailor it to be anywhere. Just be who you are. That's what I called you to be, and you step in that.
So I got 2 questions.
All right.
You've been doing music for what, 10 plus years maybe?
Yeah,
right.
Crazy.
What do you see the state of I'm gonna say Christian hip hop?
I think Christian hip hop, to me, I think it's in a like great space right now. From what I know, like I listen here and there because, like I said, I do audio at a church, so I'm always like listening to certain things to like, okay, what's catching my ear. I do think it's like a fine line. Like I hear a lot of stuff that's like really dope, and then I hear some stuff that's just like a regurgitation of like what seems to be what works sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So But I think there was a time where I didn't feel like I heard as much unique stuff, like stuff that just like catch my ear naturally.
I get you.
And it's not to say like, oh man, no, I'm the ultimate ear, and no, it's nothing like that. I think once you've heard so much music, it takes a lot for stuff to catch you.
I totally agree.
You get me? Like once you've heard so much, you've been creating for so long, it takes a certain space for it to catch me. So when it catches me, I'm like, oh, okay, Christian hip hop is in a like interesting space. This is like one of the dopest spaces I feel like it's been in, because you see it crossing over where just as many people who listen to it in the church, you could play the song and it catch somebody outside of the church too.
I've been a witness to that.
Yeah, so that's where.
So second question was, how do you believe your music can serve as a gateway or a pathway for people to actually find Christ?
I think I feel like the greatest gateway really is through the honesty. I think I'm at a space now where even when it comes to like doing features and stuff like that, like I've had people send features, and like, you know, the difference between like, man, this is like a purposeful, meaningful song versus you just trying to like get up on a song and bar up, like who got the better verse. Not to say that I don't, you know, the competitive nature is needed, but I think I'm more in a space of like vulnerability and honesty than I am about like just rapping to say that I rap. I had a friend ask me, they said, you know, what does like music look like at this space? You know what I mean? Like 5 years, 10 years from now. And I said, I feel at the space now, I don't think it's just being, maybe it's a maturity thing. Maybe it's being 30, but I feel like the music has to have more meaning than just the fact that I make music.
I agree.
You get me? So it's like, it can't just be, oh man, I just dropped another song. Oh man, I got this other verse. Oh man, like the impact has to hit different in everything that I do, no matter if it's a show, no matter if it's the music, who are the people that you're pulling on, like a great thing for me was, I recently got to do a show, and it was called a garage sale. And so one of the dopest experiences about that for me was like having students that I've like trained in team ministry run the audio.
That's crazy.
That's big. That's a bigger meaning to me. And then not to just have them there, but like, oh no, I'm paying you to come out. This is not the church. This is literally I've trained you. I'm gonna pay you as if I was gonna pay somebody else. Come through. Somebody gets the opportunity to say, dang, my first paid experience as an audio engineer was blank. You know what I mean? So to me, that's a bigger impact. Like, if it's not just that, it's not just, oh man, I need you at my show because I'm the artist and da 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 da. Yeah. I need you here because I'm trying to move here and I got these hoodies and I'm trying to. It's not about that. It's about the moments. I'm appreciating the moments more, and it's also calling me to be more obedient because I'm finding when I am obedient.
Yep.
Man, like the impact. Yep. Like we did a photo shoot for these hoodies I'm rocking now that came from the garage sale, and I had a couple come, and they, I've known them for a little minute. They did the photos. Not to know, we do these photos, we shoot the photos. They're like, man, I really appreciate this. Like, I've really been in a space of like wanting to move into this, and like I just never had the opportunity. We've been wanting to get into modeling. We've been wanting to like get behind the camera more. Wow. That's more meaningful to me. Like I feel like if the music doesn't have these moments surrounding it, I'd just rather not make music. Yeah, for sure.
So I always ask this question to most, well, everybody that comes through. What failure are you most proud of? Like, what's one situation that didn't work out for you that you were glad, like, man, I'm glad that didn't happen because it catapulted me into this direction. Ooh. Which was where God essentially really needed me.
Got you. What is the failure that I'm actually like proud of now? I think I think in a lot of sense, the failure that I'm proud of, or what I would have thought was failure at 18, at 18, 17, I was like, yeah, by this age, you're going to be on and da 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 and doing this and the third. I feel like my greatest failure is literally not getting the things that I thought I wanted. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like in hindsight, it feels like a failure.
Yeah.
But I know that the person that I was at the time and the way that I even view music, I don't know if I would have been in a space to be the person that I am now had I had everything that I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I could speak with the clarity. I don't think I would even have the unction to keep God in the midst of it. Like, there's a lot of maturity that has happened in the space of being exactly where I'm at and understanding that I am exactly where God needs me to be. And because I know I'm there, it's less about, oh, where can I get to the next? But it's more like, okay, my question always with God is like, okay, what do I need to be doing now? Because I feel like there's a time and a season. Like, things are only for a moment. So I don't want to be in the moment and then the moment passed and I'm like, man, when I was back here, I was supposed to be doing X, Y, and Z, but I didn't. But that moment's up. It's the next. What's the next assignment now? Like, we gave you a time period. You on this, like, I kind of look at it like video games. You can't get to the next level until you do whatever else is gonna happen.
Right.
You get what I mean? You could drop it and make it easier, and then but no, that's not the same. That's not the same. Like, if you're gonna
grow the same,
say
it'll be a different type of growth.
It's a different type of growth. So it's just the fact. My thing more nowadays is understanding the space that I'm in. The greatest failures are the things that I thought I wanted that I know now I did not need.
I like that. I ain't gonna lie.
That's good, man. So, look, you enjoyed yourself, brother?
Man, this was great. Like, this was awesome. This was awesome.
Listen, you got to pull back up, man.
Aaliyah already said so because she wasn't here, so she said I got to pull back up.
Oh, okay.
But no, that's
shout out to Queen Lee, man. Most definitely, man. I'm super excited, man. Glad you were here. Real quick, just let everybody know where they can follow you. Let them know what you got going on, projects, all that cool stuff.
Okay,
man.
bet. So you can follow me on Instagram at Aaronic Dorsey. That is AARONIC DORSEY. That's Instagram. That's Twitter. That's TikTok. All that. Right now, my latest project I have out is What Summer Was, but is the garage session version. So it's taking all those garage sessions but putting it in album form. Be sure to check me out on YouTube. Like you just heard me say about garage sessions, I got about 30 episodes of garage sessions of just me sitting in my garage giving y'all just the real raw, the music. Check it out.
And that's all like your digital platforms too, as far as music. Aaronic Dorsey.
Oh yeah, Aaronic Dorsey, everything. Spotify, Apple Music, all that. Shout out to like I said, we just put on my first garage sale, which was like a live version of Garage Sessions. So definitely planning to do more shows like that soon. So be on the lookout.
Absolutely, man. So listen, Flow Mafia, y'all know the vibes, man. Tap in with Aaronic Dorsey. Go ahead,
real quick. You got a website?
Yes, AaronicDorsey.com. I got hoodies for sale. Dang, yeah, man, I'm forgetting things. That's crazy.
I just want to make sure because you for sale. I was like, where are you selling this stuff at?
I appreciate you. So you can go to AaronicDorsey.com. We got a shop. We got a whole bunch of just tap in, check it out.
Yeah, let's go.
Absolutely, man. And make sure y'all tap in with the music and all that, man. Go to the website, cop some hoodies, man. Run it up. Follow them on all social media platforms. Do what you got to do, man. We appreciate you joining us today, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all having me for sure.
Yes, sir. And make sure you pull back up when Aaliyah get here, please. We ain't going to hear the end of it. Well, you ain't going to hear it.
Right.
I thought you was going to come back.
We love you, man. Thank you for pulling up on us, Flow Mafia. Y'all know the vibes, man. Y'all know what to do. FlowRadioShow.com. Tap in. You know the vibes. We live and certified. Peace.